What's up, everybody? Happy New Year's. 2024 is right here. I usually put a date on these videos, whatever it is. I'm sure I'm going to put it down on the caption, on a thumbnail. So, yeah, anyways, we're going to talk about something that you guys a lot of times think that it's okay to throw around whenever you think that it's the right idea to throw around because you want to sound like you know what the fuck you're talking about. But I have the experience to know what the fuck I'm going to talk about. So you already saw the title. You said, you know what? Let me click onto it. Let me see what he says. So anybody who really knows me knows that I am a little cuckoo. So, but whatever. Tell me somebody who is actually perfect, and I'm going to tell you. That's probably the type of person I don't want to be around, you know? Don't make me feel like shit. We all live on Earth. We all make mistakes. We live to see another day, right? So hopefully for some of you guys. So we're going to be talking about therapy, going to see a psychotherapist, a psychologist, and all those things. And oh, anyways, I'm sorry. There's a little thing on top of my camera. Anyways, so my experience with the therapeutic feel where what was the best way? Anyways, my experience seeing psychotherapists, therapists, and psychologists and doctors and all that has not really been the best. It has not been the best. So a lot of people are going to have their prejudice opinions like, oh, maybe because you go in there and you want them to tell you what you want to hear. A lot of times that was true. Actually, I would go in there, bullshit my ass off, knowing damn well I'm not really telling the truth all the way. I mean, I'll give you, I mean, depending who you are, I would probably give you like 80% at most, and the other 20% has to do with something like the other stuff that actually led to me falling into depression, like drugs and alcohol, or things outside of my marriage. So there are other things as well. I have experienced depression, and let me be the first one to tell you that I admit that I was very wrong about a lot of things, especially when it comes to mental health. Do I believe that depression is real? Yes. Have I experienced the symptoms of depression? And what were they? Yes. So the symptoms that I would experience would be things like I would have, my mind would go into a spiral, fucking cinematic, just things that I put together of the past and make a collage of them and make each moment live its life, and it would have a toll on me. I would be influenced by my own negative thoughts. Sometimes I would let it wear me out. You know, it gets to a point where I have buckled down and said, you know what, I'm just going to go out and get me a drink, not fully realizing that that's what drinks, I'm sorry, alcohol makes things worse. Alcohol makes things worse. Okay. I used to justify my drinking. To this day, I'll admit I still do because there's a lot of things that I'm sorting through, especially my past. I've done a lot of fucked up things to people, and it's not anything heinous. Like I'm not the type to go around and hurt people physically or, but I mean, there were times that I 100% knew that I was working for other people to do things to hurt other people, to basically get over them. Like I had a mentality, there were times I had a mentality where I knew I had to get over people. It wasn't the right thing to do during those moments, especially if you're working in a retail lane. People know exactly where you work at, and you can potentially get fired right off the bat, like I have. I have been fired from many jobs in the past, and it was really because of the shit that I was doing. Some of the other times I got let go was because the companies just wasn't doing well, so they picked me along with others to just bad moves. Here's your last check, go. And even those are still harmful to me because I would hold on to things And then shit like that happens, and you feel like, what the fuck just happened? Like, my last downfall was when I got let go from Greyhound, and that's when the pandemic took effect. That's when the government shut down the this entire nation, and the whole world was pretty much shut down. And they told us that it was going to be 2 weeks. 2 weeks turns into three. 3 weeks turned into a month, 2 months, and then 6 months, 9 months into a year. So as you get it, right? Now, despite political views, it sucked. It fucking sucked. I gained a lot of weight. I was getting into arguments with people online, and there was a whole nother war going on over here that that a lot of people probably didn't even really realize then. So, and that's not to say who's right or who's wrong. I'm just letting you know what I was going through. So yeah, I have been into psych wards. I have been in jail a couple of times. I've had the turtle suit placed onto me, and then I've had some really weird motherfuckers wearing that badge, asking me questions and telling me what to do. It's like I can see right through them, and I know that these are the type of people who are fucking abusive at home. I just know it. Narcissistic, fucking pessimistic, all kinds of shit. I'm talking about people who just think that they're right all the fucking time. I don't know if that has to do with the fact that they're wearing a badge. I don't know if that's because of all the obstacles that they had to go through to get to this point. I don't know what it is, honestly, but I have met and I have come across people who are just as fucked up as I am, and I'm screaming to God, like, why am I in this position and not that person in front of me? So, I had a mentor years ago telling me, he told me this years ago. I'm 36. I had to be maybe like 26, 27. So pretty much 10 years ago, he told me that the whole world is fucking sick. So, then there's that old saying, don't believe don't believe what you hear and only believe half of what you see. And that is still in process right now. Like that's still in my mind when I listen to people and when I see things. It's like, okay, so I've developed an analytical point of view towards a lot of things, and that's what's been keeping me a little sane lately, because that's been helping me see things from both sides of the fence. Currently married. Yes, I've been married with the same person. Been with her for the last 12 years, or at least going on for 12 years. And we're going to have a fourth kid. Now, can I tell you that my marriage has been roses and cotton candy and ice cream and shit? No, fuck no. Fuck no. Like, there were times there were times we wanted to really hurt each other. Like for real, for real. I'm talking about, if I have to say, grabbing this person and slamming her through the fucking wall type of shit, or throwing her down the goddamn stairs. And likewise, she thought about fucking choking me while I was asleep, or throwing something really hard against my head just to see if I would fall down and get myself back up or breathe. She at that point, she didn't really fucking care. So we're a pretty loyal, dysfunctional couple, I guess you could say, right? So I think I derailed a little bit. Going back to talking to people who are certified as quote unquote professionals and whatnot. Look, if it's one thing I'm going to tell you is this. If you're going into the field and you want to train to understand behavior and psychology and why people do what they do, kudos. Hey, that's all to you. But in my experience, I've never, not one, well, let me take that back. I think I met maybe one person who actually knew what she was doing, and she did a very good job. And unfortunately, I couldn't get that person because she was booked, like book. I would have to wait like a month and a half to see her, you know? So I was like, no, I can't. So because of that, I went from therapist to psychotherapist and all these other people. And it was horrible. I mean, I've been shot down and I've been weirded out. And there were times I wanted to tell the person in front of me, you know, you can go fuck yourself because I see what the fuck you're doing. Don't try to come at me like, oh, you need help and this. Fuck you, you sick motherfucker. Because some of these individuals get in the field, but that doesn't mean that it's going to change the person who they really are deep inside. I mean, they can get all the knowledge, but you don't know what their fucking intent is. I just let go, I'm sorry. About a year and a half ago, I just left an employer who he really did have a psychology major, went to another school to get himself into the airlines. I don't know what happened there. Very smart individual. He ended up getting loans and starting fucking people over, created scams, was able to have enough money to buy buses, and he hired me to be one of his bus drivers. And what a fucking evil bastard he is. Evil son of a fucking bitch. I mean, like, I don't wish death on anybody, but I do wish a real lethal ass beating. Like, I'm talking about a Russian ass beating on certain individuals who I truly, fully believe they deserve it, because it's not just about me. It's about the fact that these people wind up hurting other people and they think they can get away because they think they can play the fucking game. Everybody sees it. The truth always prevails. So, again, let's go back to the whole therapy. So, I'm sorry. This is a big one for me. It is. It really is. Because I can only imagine how many of you individuals who read the Urantian book think that this was going to help you out, but still, you might come to admitting the fact that maybe there's a little bit more to your health, and you want to go see a quote-unquote professional to help you figure that out, right? So you go see licensed professionals and you see how they work, and I'm pretty sure that you pretty much have already convinced yourself that this is the person who's going to help you solve all your problems, right? And what if they don't? What if they tell you something that you really, really feel like this is probably something that deep down is telling me he may be wrong. He may be wrong. I know there's something going on inside of me, and I gave him all the information that I best could describe, and he's telling me something else. No, I don't think so. I don't know. Like, that's happened to me a few times. And I do believe in inconsistencies in people's character traits. There are folks who walk around and react emotionally with an imbalance in their lives. Like, they freak out over normal shit. My problem, I deal with a lot of anxiety, and ever since the pandemic, I have dealt with more depression. But I'm one of those individuals who have convinced myself that I'm not going to take medication. I have taken medication. I have taken different kinds of medication for sleep, anxiety, couple other things I can't really name right now, but those were the main ones. And then you got those antidepressing pills. Like, that is bullshit. At least for me, it was. I know other individuals might like it and it works for them. But, I mean, these are medications that have also made me gain a lot of weight. That made me feel like I couldn't do shit. I mean, I wasn't a vegetable. I can clearly think and see things, but physically, I just felt like I wasn't motivated. Like right now, I can get up and run 3 miles and come back home and do some resistance bands, some lightweight bands. But when I was on those things, I was more hungry. I was hungry like every 45 minutes. It was ridiculous. Like I had to really manage my diet because it was like I needed to eat something every hour or every 2 hours, and it had nothing to do with like what was going through my mind or what the temperature was like during that time. I truly believe it was the medication. I was just checking on my kids. So I made a conscious decision to stop using medication, and I believe it was for the right reasons. So if any of you guys think that, oh, you should have been back on it because you look like you really need it, go fuck yourself. I'm pretty sure you and your mom have a really good time in the same bed. I'm pretty sure you do. So anyways, let's go back to the therapy stuff. So if you feel like your experience with therapists and other certified professionals have not been so well, you're not the only one. And these individuals who get in the field, I mean, God bless them, but I can't trust them either. I mean, especially when they have a law, they have to abide by the law that says if you say something like suicide or you're going to hurt somebody eventually or you're planning to, whatever, they can call the cops on you. And you think that might be a heroic thing, but the person who really getting this screwed over is you, okay? Because you haven't done anything. You were just thinking out loud. This is how you truly feel on the inside. And no matter how much you try to tell this individual in front of you who is a licensed professional and he's being paid by your insurance or you're paying him out of pocket, this person might go ahead and still call the cops on you. A lot of times these individuals have probably never went to jail before. They don't know what it feels like. They think, oh, it's good for your health because I'm leaving it up to authorities to take care of you. And authorities are not trained very well in that specific area. They're just going to take you to a holding cell and see where they can put you. And they already put it on paper, on your files, on your criminal background that you now have, which you never had before, but this will be the first time. Oh, okay. Some of you guys don't believe me, huh? Like I said, I'm speaking from experience. So, do they really help? I want to give them the benefit of the doubt because I doubt that every psychotherapist or psychologist, whatever you want to call them, every licensed professional is out to get you. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say either. Like, I don't want to make you feel like they're out to get you. But there are some individuals who I came across that no matter what you try to tell them, they feel like they have to do it. Or they'll look at you and they have something against you. So they have like they've never met you before until you start to open your fucking mouth. And now the information that they write down, they're going to pass it on to the next person who they feel like should really deal with you. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna leave this as a part one. My wife was trying to call me, so I'll continue with a part two. But anyways, look, at the end of this video, I'm just gonna say this: you're not the only one. You're not the only one, and I'm here. I am here to tell you, keep on pushing. If you feel depressed, if you feel angry, if you feel like you're going through something, you're not the only one. And don't think that these things are abnormal. I think of shit, but you know what I try to do? Luckily for me, I have reality knocking in my face, tapping in my face every second of my life, telling me that I have kids and I got a wife and I got a house and I got bills, I got a job, I got things to do, I got to eat, I get hungry, I got to eat, I get thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Like those little triggers, the good triggers help me out. So anyways, I'm going to leave it off at this, guys. I don't want to rant too much. I'll make a part two. I'm also going to leave this up on Facebook so that my fellow Urantians can benefit off of this. I love you guys. Comment whatever you want to comment. Hey, just don't bully nobody, okay? You can bully me because I know how to take care of your ass. Oh, I'll clown you. Trust me. I'll fucking clown you. It's a sport to me, okay? I love trolling. Peace.